Welcome to the Halloween segment of Stephanie's Movie Reviews. I am your host, Stephanie Thompson. I am a member of the Screen Actors Guild and AFTRA, a classically trained singer-songwriter, a vocal coach, and an actor myself. Now, usually on this show, I review 4 categories of films: action, family, drama, and comedy. Well, this particular time, I went and saw 2 horror films. That's right, horror. No, you don't.
Don't you dare hang up.
I dare. I hung up on him. Well, the first film that I went and saw was The Snowman. That's right, The Snowman. You'll never look at Snowman the same way again after seeing this film, I trust. The Snowman was written, the book was based on a book by Joe Nesbo, and it was directed by Thomas Alfredson. It stars Michael Fassbender, Charlotte Gainsbourg, and Rebecca Ferguson, and J.K. Simmons is in it as well. I went into this movie thinking I was going to be scared out of my skin, but that did not happen, folks. It was not scary. What? A horror film that's not scary? Yes, it was disappointing. I went in there thinking, okay, I'm going to get scared. I'm just going to accept it. It's Halloween. Okay. But I kept waiting for the build-up, and it never happened. Now, there were some grisly images, and like I said, you'll never look at Snowman the same way because this serial killer had well, the premise was that this alcoholic detective played by Michael Fassbender, he's looking for a missing woman, and he is teamed up with this new recruit, and he's really on the trail of a serial killer. And the serial killer leaves like these creepy snowmen at the houses of the women that he takes. And then sometimes he cuts off the heads of the women, and he puts the heads of the women on top of the snowman. So that's kind of creepy and disgusting. But it wasn't scary. It wasn't like, there wasn't any build up where like he grabs them or anything like that. It just was like, I don't know. And there were a lot of flashbacks, and Val Kilmer was in the movie too. And he played a detective, an older detective, which he was on the trail of this serial killer earlier. And he's connected with the detectives that are on the current story somehow, which I won't give it away what the connection is because I don't want to give any spoilers. But it was just, the movie just didn't really go anywhere. And then when you found out who was the killer, it was kind of like, oh, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. It just didn't inspire me to get excited about horror movies. I mean, I'm not a horror movie person anyway, and this movie did not help me get inspired more about horror movies. I thought the acting was good. Michael Fassbender, now his character would have been interesting if we had found out why was he an alcoholic, why was he sleeping in the park in the snow, and why was his character so troubled, but we never found that out. So I gave this movie 3 popcorns, and the lesson that I learned from this movie was when you have an addiction, you can miss things that have dire consequences for those closest to you. Yep. So that's my take on The Snowman. When we come back after this short commercial break, we're going to talk about Happy Death Day.
Are you frustrated and wasting time searching for high-quality education and entertainment and not finding it? Stop wasting your time. We've got your solution. Our 3 dynamic and unique online TV shows provide you with high-quality and easy-to-find content. Everything from business skills and self-development to book and movie reviews and everything in between. At akexpertstv.com, you'll find high-quality experts in their field. in one place at no cost to you. Visit www.akexpertstv.com today.
We're back. Who's behind me? I don't know. Happy Death Day is the next film we're going to talk about. Happy Death Day. Well, what did I think of Happy Death Day? Well, first of all, let me tell you what the premise is. Think Groundhog Day. The same day, over and over and over, girl. This poor girl, this collegian, she relives the same day over and over and over, and at the end of the day, she gets murdered. So she has to find out who is killing her. Well, in the beginning of the film, I really didn't like this girl, Tree. She was unpleasant, egotistical, rude to everybody she met. And I thought, you know, this girl kind of deserves to be murdered by someone. She's really evil. But throughout the movie, she starts making changes and starts deciding to do different choices that make her a more likable character, and I start liking her more. Now, this movie is PG-13. The Snowman was rated R. This movie was scarier than The Snowman. How is that? When this movie was PG-13 and The Snowman was rated R, I thought this movie was scarier. Now, this movie was really tongue-in-cheek, so it wasn't really scary, but it was scarier than The Snowman, which I think is pretty sad for The Snowman. But anyway, I digress. So, Happy Death Day. She wakes up in the same guy's dorm room, and she goes outside and she sees the same scenario every single day. And so she starts doing things to change the situation. And now at the end of the movie, or toward the end, something happens and she kind of does something and she figures something out, and they kind of did something and brushed over. So I got confused, and I thought, okay, is this the way the movie's going to end? And then it was like, no, this is not the way the movie's going to end, and then it ended another way. So I kind of didn't like that, and I kind of thought that was kind of cheesy the way they did that. So I didn't give the movie a full 5 popcorns because of that. I didn't like that. I thought that it was kind of confusing what they did there, because they kind of put a red herring in there, but it wasn't really a red herring. It was just kind of like just a ridiculous premise. It just didn't make sense to me. But I enjoyed the film. I thought the acting was actually good from Jessica Roth, who played Tree, and I enjoyed it. I thought that Christopher Landon did a good job directing it. And Israel Broussard, who plays the kid that she wakes up in the dorm room every day, he did a really good job acting as well. And I just liked the movie. Sue me. So it wasn't like an intense horror film. It was just funny, tongue-in-cheek, but I still got scared at it, so who cares? So my lesson was that you need to strive to be a good person starting out, because then your chances of being murdered by someone are a lot less. That's what I took away from the lesson for the movie. And we'll be back on the next segment. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jamie Lee Mepp, CEO and founder of Skin Fitness here in Las Vegas. We've been serving Las Vegas for over 17 years. We're proud to announce we just won 2017 Spa of the Year by Image International. That's the skincare company of the Miss Universe pageant. We offer exclusive treatments like our Time Eraser facial, which uses multiple modalities and literally erases time. Our Pore Purge, which is the ultimate in hygiene, and our Fire and Ice facial, which literally removes and soothes the skin at the same time. Come see us at our new location here in Village Square. We look forward to seeing you soon.